In today's video, I compete against OMBGaming and Officer John as well to see who is the best driver out of the three of us. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you want to do your own driving test, check out Federate from the link in the description. And also the winner between me, OMB and Officer John will get 10,000 Robux, which is a crazy reward. If you do enjoy, drop a like and subscribe, but let's get straight into it. Okay, so this is voiceover me speaking right now because I was locked in on this driving test, but as you can see, I started going here. Now, to be honest, I really thought I would fail on this one. That last cone at the end there, I actually thought I was gonna hit that. For some reason, somehow I didn't, and yeah, we need to kind of edit this bit out because I actually wasn't meant to go there. I was meant to stop at the speed bump, but I didn't, so turn around. Anyway, let's continue properly this time. Here we go, we are off. Now this one is pretty good, nice and easy. My indicator actually automatically turned off there. I don't know if you saw that, it automatically turned off, and they tried to mark me down on that later on, but I managed to give them a valid reason not to. And you can see I took that corner kind of bad. I don't think that really matters. I don't think they care about the last corner. I think that's just kind of there, and then you wait here to do your parking one, and when they say go, you can go onto your parking one. But yeah, I think I did okay on the overtaking one, to be honest. But definitely not my strongest. I think that was probably the worst one I did, but I still think it went pretty well aside from that last corner. And here we go, let's do the parking. So this one I absolutely did really well on, in my opinion. I think I parked amazingly at the front, then I just reversed so smoothly, so neatly into that parking spot. You can see OMB's reaction, he also agrees.
It's all about, you just need a clean, smooth reverse in, and oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good, I gotta say.
I also know Officer John complimented my parking there as well, so definitely good at parking there if I do say so myself. But continuing on, here we go. Took it nice and wide to do the spacing test, and I signaled the wrong way, but who cares? No one cares about that. I don't think they care about signals on this part of the driving test. But stopped at the stop sign. I didn't know if you had to, but I did anyway, and then took it nice round there. The point of this spacing test, by the way, if you don't know, is to stay as in the middle of the road as you can whilst doing the least amount of turns to get in the middle of the road, if that makes sense. And then here we go. I believe that is the end of the test. If we skip ahead a little bit, you can see I did run out of fuel, but the test was over, so who cares? Right. And here we go. It is now OMBGaming's turn. So I'm doing a voiceover from his point of view. So he did really good on this, but he was going so slow. That first one is all about speed. I actually don't think he knew that, but he went really slow. That really affected his score on that one. You get based on how fast you do it. If you do it in like 5 seconds, you get 90 points, 6 seconds, 80 points, and so on. You get the idea. He did it really slow. I was the fastest, of course. I'm the best driver, obviously. But yeah, here he goes on to his overtaking test. So he definitely did better here than I did. Obviously his indicator or blinker, whatever you want to call it, also cut off just like mine did, and he also nearly crashed into the obstacle as well. So kind of crazy, but very smooth overtaking. Very good job of OMB. And he also took that corner nicely as well, although nearly went on the curb there, so not ideal. And here comes his parking test. Okay, so here he goes. He takes this at a weird angle. You kind of meant to park forward like I did, not park directly next to it and reverse in, because that happens. He had to drive forward, and he very nearly crashed into the cone or whatever you want to call it there, the barricade. And he's also very far over to the left as well, so not amazing parking from OMB there, but he still did a very good job on everything else as well, and nice there as well. His spacing test was pretty good. He took that nice. You can see he's nice in the middle of the road there, really good. Taking this corner nice over to the end, not many turn-ins, quite centered, which is very good. And that is the end of his test. So you know what, a pretty good job from OMB there as well. Really unfortunate about the parking. I think he let himself down a lot on the parking there, in my opinion, but everything else was very good. And to be honest, I have seen much worse parking there, so still a pretty good job. And now it is Officer John's time. So here he goes, straight through. Really good job there, nice and quick. Very smooth turnings as well. That was quite accurate. Really good control of his car there, nice and quick as well. Not really much else to say about that, to be honest. It was pretty good. I would actually say that one was probably better than mine, much more smooth, probably around the same speed though, I don't really know. But here's his overtaking part. So signals really nicely, signals back pretty smooth as well, kind of choppy a little bit, but it's ERLC physics. And yeah, I really like how I moved over to that lane, then took the turning properly, didn't bump up the curb, didn't cut the corner like me and OMB did. So over to the parking now. As you can see, he also did what OMB did, and I'm not sure why. It's so much more efficient to do what I did, where you kind of drive forward instead of trying to line up like that, because that will happen every time. If you go at a 90-degree angle from the side, you need to drive in front of it, and then you pretty much just reverse back in a straight line at a small angle. That is so much more efficient. I think that's where I kind of overtook OMB and Officer John in the parking section, because it was just so much smoother to drive forward. But here's his spacing test. You can see he's also got the instructor in the car telling him what to do. I'm not sure why, but he chose to have that. Driving forward, really nice. Signal left. He stopped at the stop sign for a very long time, but I don't think they really care about that. Quite far over to the right, but he adjusts it quite nicely, and overall pretty good. That's the end of his test. Just there, honestly, not really much I can say bad about that. Really good spacing test, a little bit far over to the right. Parking again kind of screwed him up a little bit, but everything else from John's test was really good. So good job, Officer John and OMB. But of course there can only be one winner. That winner is me. Yes, I won the driving tests. We'll have a look at the scorecards in just a moment, but I kind of cut it close with Officer John, and OMB wasn't far behind as well. But I think what topped me over the edge to the winning point was the parking. I've mentioned it a lot in this video, but the parking that I did was just so much better than what OMB and Officer John did. They didn't have the right tactics, but if you do your own Federate driving test, which, as I said, huge shout out to Federate for kind of hosting this whole thing, and of course giving 10,000 Robux to the winner. I've made a few videos on them before. I think every YouTuber has actually, so check them out, link in the description. But yeah, I won 10,000 Robux from that. I'll be giving it away to all of you guys in my videos, so join my recording server, all them videos where it's like whoever can create the best whatever, or when we raid private servers dressed up as crazy avatars. They will cost a lot of Robux to do, so it will all just go towards them videos. And I will also do some Robux giveaways as well in my Discord server, which you can join from the link in the description, and also over on my live streams as well when I do them, usually on Sundays. So keep your eyes peeled, subscribe, notifications on for that. But yeah, let's take a look at the scorecard. So yeah, I won, Officer John came second, and OMB was in third place. So here are all of the scores here. You can see me, Official AmazePlays. On the first part I got 81, on the second part, the overtaking, I got 80, on the third part, the parking, I got 93, and on the spacing I got 79. I think I should have got more on the spacing personally, but it is what it is. We still win anyway. 93 on the parking, really good. Taking a look at Officer John's score compared to mine, he did better on the first one, worse on the second one, worse on the third one, and worse on the fourth one as well. So his first one was really good. I did say he did better than me, but again, I think his parking really let him down. Actually, if he did better on the parking, he would have ended up winning, because he was literally, the only reason he lost was because his parking score was worse than mine. So very close from Officer John. And then OMB got the worst out of everyone. You can see he was really slow on his first test, weaving between the barriers, gave him a score of 58. Don't think he knew it was timed, but yeah, very low score there. Second one was pretty good. Third one, his parking, again, not great. And his spacing, the fourth one, was pretty good. So to be honest, they did pretty good overall. It was just my parking compared to theirs that took me over the edge to be able to beat them. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think it's fair that I won? Do you think either of them did better than me? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like I said, if you want to do your own driving test, link in the description. Thank you very much for watching this video. Drop a like, subscribe. Shout out to Officer John and OMB for hosting this and joining it, and hopefully you guys liked the little collab that we did. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.